Shalom. Slakia, I had a phone call come in. But I forgot what I was saying, man. You know, these phone calls just be, messing up the spirit, man. Taking me off track of the spirit, but of exactly what I was saying, man. But at this point, I'm just rambling. But hey, this man is actually an imposter, man. The brother he didn't even say, he said nothing about no imposter, anybody's being an imposter. All right, that's him saying that himself, man. All right, so this Edomite, all right, he was out of his mind. All right, and come to find out he was a drunkard. All right, like the brother said, he's known to be drunk. He's in and out of jail / prison, whatever. I don't know, man. But hey, man, this brother he handled the situation, perfectly, man. All right, and like us brothers, who've seen the video, that have seen the video and doing videos on this video, like we've been saying, we could say what we would have done in this situation. All right, but until we're actually in that situation where a gun is pulled on us, loaded or not loaded, BB gun or actual gun, who knows, how we would handle the situation. All we know is that this brother handled the situation 144% perfectly, man. All right. Okay. And that's all thanks to Yahawashi. The Lord the spirit of Yahawashi was on this brother, and the Lord and the angels was with this brother, was with this Ak, okay? And the Lord was not going to let this brother, fall and get beat up or get shot or get imprisoned or get falsely accused by the devil, all right? And what happened, all right? What happened to this brother is an example, a spiritual example given to us from the heavens by Yahawashi, all right, for us, to see, all right, to edify us and build us and exhort us and build us up in the spirit to prepare for situations like this. All right, I'm not saying this will happen to every single camp, every single brother. You're gonna go through this, but hey, we're still gonna we're still gonna go through Jacob's trouble, man. All right, we're gonna, hey, Slakia, I'm speaking too fast. But hey, man, all of us are gonna have to go through Jacob's trouble, all right? And not all of us are gonna have to get physical in those times in Jacob's trouble, all right? Jacob's trouble is gonna be a time of tribulation, man, all right? And mentally and spiritually, we're gonna be going through tribulation, man, and physically, man, But each brother is gonna be tested according to the spirit in the amount that the Lord has given that brother, man. Okay, all of us, all right. The Lord is not going to put something heavier on your spirit than your spirit can handle, all right, in Jacob's trouble, all right. That doesn't mean we don't prepare ourselves, okay, mentally, spiritually, and physically, okay. That's why, brothers, the spirit was going around, I believe a month ago, all right, about bodily exercise. Let's hit the gym. Let's get in shape. Let's eat healthy. Let's build our muscle. Let's make sure our bodies are healthy too. All right. Though bodily exercise profits little, it still profits. All right. And that, and Apostle Gabar and then the brothers was doing videos on that, on that topic. But before this happens, man, because remember, but what did Apostle Gabar say? Apostle Gabar said, hey, also because of knuckleheads, all right, and the Lord gave us a knucklehead example why we gotta, make sure even our physical bodies, are up to par, not up, well, how do you say it? We at least strive to get to the point, to be for us to be the best our best selves, man. All right, physically, okay, so we could serve Yahawashi, so we could defend ourselves, because fighting, this battle that we're in, it's partially physical, but mostly spiritual, man. All right, okay, because watching this video, it was a spiritual, as much as it was physical, it was more spiritual, okay, and the Lord and not the Lord, but this brother being in the spirit, okay, that's what got him through. It wasn't him being physical and whatnot, and how strong he was, and whatnot, even though that did help tremendously. But the Lord, all right, put the spirit on this brother to be wise, okay, because this situation, as physically as it got, it could have went way worse. This brother could have accidentally or beat this Edomite so badly where he died, and now look, the ministry's blamed. He gets falsely accused, or this Edomite, could have beat the brother up. So, but hey, this is why we have to be we have to exercise our spirit, exercise spiritually, okay. So because hey, this brother was talking to him with soft words, all right. Like the scriptures say, a soft answer. Let's get it. I got my phone in my hand. Soft answer away. Let's see. Yeah, Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. All right, and the brother, all right, in this case, the servant of Yahawashi, the brother to the left, all right, he was the one, all right, who was speaking soft words, trying his best, all right, all right, turneth away the wrath of this devil, this Edomite. But this Edomite was trying to coerce his brother to be grievous, to speak harsh words, to get out of hand, all right, and whatnot, man, okay. Because this devil, this Edomite, all right, Esau, his blessing is carnal, the sword. That's why when this brother took his gun away, all right, this devil was all proud, and how do you say? Well, when his brother took this Edomite's gun away, all right, he was all wimpish and scared and sorrowful, and he turned into a bitch, all right. And then he gave his gun back, because he knew it was just a BB gun, and then what? This devil got all proud again. He got all mighty, high and mighty again. All right. He got all he turned back into, he got all proud again, for lack of better words, man. All right, all tough. He turned into a tough guy again. All right, like, man, shoot, like I was gonna say, man. Hey, if it was me, I would knock that dude out senseless. I wouldn't let him get his gun back. Hell no. I'll probably stomp that gun. I'll probably break it. Try to break it, man. Or dismantle it. I don't know how to dismantle a gun, but if I'll probably try to break the gun or make it useless. All right. Or if it actually had a magazine in it, throw the magazine super far away. Chuck that shit hella far. All right. Keep the gun. Try to break it or something. And then beat this Edomite senseless where he's knocked out, and then search his shit, go through his jackets, his pockets, because shit, that motherfucker had like 3 jackets on. Go through every single jacket, every single pocket, all right. Make sure he doesn't have no ammo. Check his shoes, all right, his shirt, his socks, all right. Make sure he has no ammo, no magazines, no nothing, all right. So if this Edomite does wake up and somehow gets his gun back, All right, he won't be able to load it or hurt anybody with it, man. Okay. But anyway, like I said, like us brothers been saying, we can only, we could say, we'll do this and that all we want until our face is blue, all right, until we're in that situation, man, but like I said, this is just me doing my 2 cents on this. Why is there a red light right here? What the hell is this for? Slakia. There's literally a red light for no reason. There's no intersection here. What is this? What? There's Slakia, brothers. This is off topic, but there's a stoplight. There's a stoplight at a non-intersection, and there's cameras on it. It's orange. There's a camera on it. Like, why is there a stoplight, man? What the hell is this for? And it's still red. This got to be some surveillance stuff, man. Stopping us and having this camera check us, because these cameras, all right, that are in this on these light poles and throughout the city, hey, they don't just record you, they could scan your face, scan your car, all right, scan your mind, okay. And I think that's exactly what this is, because only that can make sense, That's the only reason. That's the only thing that makes sense to me right now. Why there's a stoplight right here, But back on topic, hey man, that's just me putting my 2 cents on, on the situation. I wouldn't know really. I could say I would do this and that, but I don't know until I'm in that situation. And I pray to Yahawashi, that I don't end up in this situation, man. But just know that a situation like this might come, all right? That's why we prepare ourselves, all right, physically and spiritually. Okay, I see why they had this stoplight, because, this turns into a one-way, all right, when the traffic goes both ways. I see. Okay. But, yeah, man, but this brother, after me watching this video, his video, the live, the first time, I'm like, man, this brother handled the situation perfectly, man. Like, man, because I would have overreacted or this and that, but hey, but yeah, man, brothers, shoot, me, speaking to myself right now, hey, the next time I do hit the gym, I'm just gonna focus on, strength. Not no looks, all right? Not hella reps, just strength, trying to build my strength up. And I'm gonna get into some boxing or something, man, some fighting, at least learn some basics, to fighting, man, because hey, I've never been in a physical fight. Yeah, I've roughhoused my brothers and my brother and my friends before, but I've never really gotten in a fight, a fist fight. I've never been scared to, but the Lord just never put me in a situation to be in one, man. Not, but, it can happen, man, But, hey, us men of Yahawashi, we got families, we got this truth, we got the brother next to us, to protect, man. Being a man, it's your obligation to protect and to defend yourself, That's why the Spirit has been put on brothers and the elders, to exhort us, motivate each other to hit the gym, to get right, to get our bodies right, man. All right, because hey, we could be put in this situation. All right, the Lord could put us in this situation and test us. All right. But also know at the same time our muscles, our strength. All right, how much we could bench, how much we could squat, how much we could punch, and whatnot. Our fighting ability, that's not what's going to get us in the kingdom. That's not what's going to save us. All right. But it is a wise thing to do. It's technically a commandment. All right. To exercise, man. Men exercise. All right. All right, man. Men hit the gym. Okay. That's just what men do. So hit the gym, man. If you got some free time, Akim, all right, hit the gym. All right, you start hitting the gym. If you're familiar with the gym, and if you're not too, I'm speaking to myself. I'm gonna start, learning some moves. All right, okay, some fighting skills, man. I'm gonna get some fighting skills. At least start. Okay. But at the same time, I can be spiritual, serve Yahawashi, all right, to the best of our ability. Okay. So when we are put in a situation, we will have confidence that the Lord is going to get us out of it. All right. That He won't make us or put us in this situation, make a situation like this physical. All right. All right. So when we are in this situation, the Lord doesn't make us fall because of our iniquity. Okay. All right. That's why we serve Yahawashi. All right. Kiss the Son, lest the Heavenly Father be angry. Okay. Okay. We be charitable. All right. Because that drives away a multitude of sins. Okay. All right. And we're sincere. All right. And stay on the Lord's good side. Okay. Because if you're not on the Lord's good side, he won't protect you. He'll let you fall in a situation, in a fight. Okay. He'll let you get beat up. Okay. Because you ain't serving the Lord, man. Okay. That's why we serve the Lord. So, hey, the Lord will protect us, okay, from our enemies, like this brother was protected in this situation. All right. Yahawashi, bahasham. All right. Shalom.